walking under the Eiffel Tower. Something I've only seen on TV.
We'll just run.
We'll
now.
just, no.
Dang, I should have ran.
10 o'clock now.
Oh, so beautiful. Okay, y'all, we have made it to Paris. I am so excited. First thing I see is this big old thumb. So I looked it up and it's called Les Ponts. Basically, this is an 18-ton bronze sculpture representing power, human creativity, and individuality. All right, so we stayed at the Hilton La Défense. And unfortunately, for a majority of our stay, their AC did not work. The good part is, though, they were connected to the metro, so we could just walk downstairs and be on our way. We're trying to find our tour guide. We are running late. We're supposed to be at the Louvre at 10:15 for a 10:30 tour. And what time is it? And it's 10:29. So yeah, I did message them, but they said it's via email, so it could take time for them to see it. So hopefully we haven't missed our slot. But if we have, run me my coin back and we will tour the museum by ourselves. All right, I'll turn you back on when we get there. Oh. Hello. Oh, it's so beautiful over there. It's the Louvre. So where am I supposed to meet him at?
Carousel, right here.
Oh no, these shoes. All right, we made it to the carousel. Hopefully our tour guide is somewhere close. What is that? It says meeting point.
Where?
Over there.
Take your maps.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
I think I can't get sick.
I suppose you speak French.
No.
This one is French.
It's for souvenir.
Good. And I like that.
You give me English? Thank you, baby. One thing I can say, those maps do come in handy because if you do not have a tour guide, it is very, very easy to get lost because it is just absolutely massive inside of here. And I love that each room had its own theme and was very, very large. So although there were a lot of people, you still had room to kind of like spread out. And we made the Louvre like our first stop. It was on a Sunday, and of course there was a lot of tourists. Now you see this ceiling, it is enough to make you want to cry. I mean, beautiful. Now, this next room that we go in, when I turned the corner, I literally gasped. I mean, it took my breath away. This gold room was everything. You can't tell on the camera, but I mean, it was immaculate. Here's the moment I've been waiting for, to see your girl, Mona Lisa. Now, I knew that the portrait was small. I looked it up before we got there, but it was smaller than I expected. Now, look at all these people. They just crowded around taking pictures and videos and like didn't even move, so you couldn't really get as close as you would have liked to. We stood around for about 10 minutes, and once we couldn't get through the crowd, we just headed off to the next room. Section of the museum I'm calling like the fashion district. There were so many different apparels and dresses and jewelry and just different items that were created by Louis Vuitton and Chanel and just all of those famous designers that we all want to wear. Their items were right here in this one museum, and it's just crazy because this museum is the largest museum in the world. This museum is almost 800,000 square feet. Can y'all believe that? So it is very easy to get lost in here, which is why the maps are beneficial. But even more than that, I would definitely recommend getting a tour guide. This point is when I realized that I completely lost my husband. I didn't know if he walked ahead of me or behind me, but I just kept looking at everything. As you can see, there is a lot of like religious figures because I think majority of France is Catholic. Look at this beautiful courtyard. I mean, just stunning. Okay, we just left the Louvre Museum. We saw the famous Mona Lisa. Did lots of walking around, got lost, walked in a circle like 5 times, but we made it out. It was literally like a maze. We were like a rat on a wheel. Now we're waiting for the metro to go to the Eiffel Tower. Pick you up when I get there.
Dumbo.
Oh, and get Dumbo? Okay. One word of advice if you're going to take the metro, which was our preferred form of transportation, but make sure you're looking out for pickpocketers. They say it and announce it all over the intercom when you're on the metro. As you can see here, my daughter is clutching her bag. We made it to Dumbo, which sells pretty much like fast food, cheeseburgers, french fries, and things of that nature. This restaurant was so tight. I mean, as you can see, it looks like people are sitting on stools, so they really didn't have much seating, but it was so good and it was fresh and they were making it right there in the moment, which I liked, and the prices were very, very reasonable. We are now off to the Eiffel Tower. And right here, we're taking a Bolt, which is like their version of a Lyft or an Uber. Oh my God! Walking under the Eiffel Tower. Something I've only seen on TV. What a blessing to be able to do this. God is good. Oh, it feels so good up here. Today is my birthday, y'all. 45 years of age, and I am at the Carrette in Paris, which is this beautiful little cafe that serves breakfast. I looked it up on social media and it had a lot of good reviews, or at least the girlies were going there to take pictures and videos. All the aesthetics were giving everything that it needed to give. But I can tell you, it was not worth it. It was so expensive. And we only got like croissants, and then we got some hot chocolate, and of course, all of the whipped cream there. The hot chocolate just tastes very dark. It tasted very dark. It wasn't good at all, but the croissant was delicious. After breakfast, we decided to go to the Arc de Triomphe to walk around, take pictures, and just take in the scenery.
We'll just run.
We'll
Now.
just no.
Dang, I should have ran.
I took a picture of
I
Anthony
should have ran,
running.
but I was too busy looking at something else.
You saw this bus, we wouldn't even saw it coming. Right, we would have been gone. I don't want to run, but we got to run.
Did y'all see my husband? Anyway, we are at the Arc de Triomphe to just walk around and take more pictures. Now, this is one of Paris's most famous monuments, and it was built in 1806. Look at this Louis Vuitton hotel. I thought this was a Louis Vuitton store, but it actually is the hotel. The store is next to the hotel, and I tried to get some footage while in the store, but security caught me and told me I couldn't record. After lunch, we headed over to the Musée de l'Armée, aka the Army Museum, so we can see Napoleon's tomb.
Each side.
Each side.
Okay, so if you want to go to the tomb, it's in the dome over there. So you have to follow the corridor, walk on straight until you get outside, and then it's going to be to your left. It's
Okay.
really the other side of the building.
Thank you.
You should.
Why did Brianna need, you want a picture right here?
Yeah. So Shaq made me take pictures. But I hope it don't look excellent.
You want it up or down? This Army Museum is one of the world's largest military history museums, and I looked it up and it has over 500,000 items like armor, weapons, suits, and different things. Also, with Napoleon's tomb being there, it's located in the dome of the church, which is where we're at right now. For my birthday dinner, my husband booked us a Seine River boat tour. It was so romantic. I love the fact that, of course, all of the seating is next to the windows so you can see the river. And because it was my birthday, they provided us with rose petals on the table. We had champagne available and also a three-course meal. I would give the food probably a 6 out of 10. It was not too bad, but it could have been a little bit better.
It's 10 o'clock now.
Oh, so beautiful.
The Eiffel Tower sparkled for 5 minutes and it will do it at the beginning of every hour until midnight. The next day, we decided to take a tour bus. I think this bus was called the Toot. These buses allow you to jump on and off so you can see all the different attractions. Right now, we're headed to one of Paris's largest public parks, and in my opinion, one of the most beautiful. Do y'all see this park? We came on the perfect day. The weather was absolutely perfect. This is the kind of park that you go to when you're in a good mood and you just want to go out and read a book or go get some ice cream. But it's also a good park if you're having a really stressful day. You can just take in all of this beauty and things won't feel so bad. I'm telling y'all, it everywhere we went in Paris was just so beautiful. I couldn't imagine living here. I feel like you have to be in a good mood if you live in Paris because everything around you is beauty. And look at this palace. Can you imagine living in this beautiful palace and then coming out to this beautiful park to just take a stroll around? We are at the Luxembourg Park. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. I mean, there's so many spots to record, to take pictures, to just relax and just thank God for your life. It's just beautiful. Let's go down here where they are got little sailboats. Let's go see. After walking around the park, we headed over to the Notre Dame de Paris, which I didn't even realize this. It just reopened in 2024. I guess it had a really, really bad fire back in 2019, so it had to undergo extensive remodeling. As you can see, the line is pretty long. It went really fast though to get in the line, and one thing about it, you could not wear anything that was considered revealing. A lot of women in the line were turned away because either they had cleavage showing or even having your arms out. You could not enter this cathedral. So a lot of people were stepping out of line and walking over to the local shop to buy like a scarf or something to cover them up. As you saw from the sign, when you enter the cathedral, you have to be silent. They have people that will tell you to be silent, and they also have like a recording playing in the background that ever so gently shushes you. So you hear shh. Another thing to note, most places that we went to, including this cathedral, did not have central air and heating. So just make sure you are dressed accordingly and bring water to stay hydrated. This wall says I love you in 250 languages. Okay, my vacation is officially over. I'm at the airport, headed to get some Starbucks. I'm still tired. We had a long, long vacation.